let's flow. And this is my impression of someone who is terrible at giving directions. So you get on the 506, or it's the 605, and on the left past the new food truck, but not the new one. There's a 6-way stop that's kind of like comparing Progressive's direct rate with our competitors' rates on Progressive.com, but not. Then take a right at the tree that looks like that guy from that show. You know, that guy that does the thing, and everyone's like, ha ha.
Directing you to rates in one place at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
Entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and business owners from around the world, you are tuned into the most trended business talk show globally, the Ultimate International Business Experience Radio Show with host, rockstar entrepreneur, and international business consultant Erica A. Murray. International business news, ways to improve your business, the international stiletto movement, and action item tips to implement into your business from successful entrepreneurs, all here to help your business go global. You have not experienced business talk until you've tuned into the Ultimate International Business Experience Radio Show. International news, informative talk, every Thursday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on the May We Help You Radio Broadcast Network. Listen on AM/FM terrestrial radio, online, Spreaker, and expanding this month to iHeartRadio. Now it's time for this week's Ultimate International Business Experience Radio Show with your host, Erica A. Murray. It's time to be informed.
Hello and welcome to the Ultimate International Business Experience Radio Show on the May We Help You Radio Broadcast Network and, of course, iHeartRadio, too. I would love to send a warm welcome out here to all of my entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, business owners, and to those of you who are contemplating one day diving out into the deep ocean of running a successful business empire. Well, now, today is June 11, 2015. We are well on our way in the month of June. What are you doing with your time? You do realize that half the year is here, right? Unbelievable. I am bewildered, too. Time is definitely not on our side. On another note, I hope that you're maintaining productive calendars. Are you being relentless in your goals? Are you? Actually, what are your goals for this quarter? What are your goals for today, the next hour? Hey, I believe that you should know what's happening. I would like to encourage you to become micro-focused, like a laser light. Be mindful of all the things that you put before yourself in your goals. Well, it's time for you to refocus yourself and ensure that you are meeting your goals. I always encourage you guys to break it down, entrepreneurs, so that you may be productive. It's kind of like a steak. Cut it up into real small bite-sized pieces so that you can assess your growth. We need for you to elevate each quarter in your business as business owners. Understand this. The world is counting on your performance. If you're just tuning in, this is the right time. I want you all to know that small and medium-sized enterprises are definitely the foundation of our global economy. I say it all the time, global, not local, not regional, not national. We're talking about the entire world, people. I hope that you are hearing me. We are back on the radio this week to provide you with some awesome content to improve your business, and we do it for you at no cost to you. All you have to do is tune your dial and allow your ears to hear the words that are being spoken. Hey, I want to know, are you encouraging someone to listen to this show? Remember, when you build people with you, you have someone to discuss ideas with you that share a common platform. Even if it's your mate, allow them to grow with you. Now, if you are an avid listener of this show, you know that I always take time to thank all of our amazing sponsors and advertisers for investing in the business owners and entrepreneurs who tune into our show. Without their sponsorship, we would not be here. I can't say that enough. As I say it every week, I am your business angel. Come on, we all need an angel, and I just so happen to hold the title of business angel for you. As I say it every week, I'm the good one, twinkling around your head. Every time you attempt to make an incorrect decision, I remind you of a segment that you heard on this show. I'm the person that reminds you to keep moving forward in business despite adversity. Today, I want to encourage you to not quit. Oh, how I know that you need that constant reminder at the forefront of your mind. But what I want to say to you right now on UIBE Radio, you were born to do this. Stay the course, hang in there. Success is on the other side of failure and challenge. You got to know that. Just stay focused on your business and the goals you have set for it. If you find that your business is draining you, well, it's time for you to do something else. Make certain that you have good people working within your organization. And the most important thing, if you need a break, hey, I want you to take one. Don't overexert yourself. In everything today, just remember that you are a business owner or entrepreneur and you are resilient. Don't struggle with keeping up with your plans. Just find the perfect balance for you. Remember, you are a major league player. I want you to play the game that way, in a major way. Now, did you ask yourself the most important question of the day? Take a moment and ask yourself, why do I do what it is that I'm doing in business? If you don't have an answer, I want you to stop doing it. Life is about passion. What do you have a passion for? This is an important factor, element, and key to becoming successful. In the words of T. Harv Eker, how you do anything is how you do everything. I just love that quote. As always, I thank you for tuning in to UIBE Radio. We are the show that provides you with international news, informative talk, every Thursday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on iHeartRadio, and, of course, the May We Help You Radio Broadcast Network. I am your host, rockstar entrepreneur and international business consultant, Erica A. Murray. If you are guessing what that A stands for in my name, well, it's simple. Today that A means adamant. You got it. Today I got up feeling like I was more adamant about making things happen than any other day. What about you? What are you adamant about today? Are you adamant about not accepting no on that business deal that you really need to go forward? Okay. If I were you, I would not be accepting that. Once again, the A in my name today means adamant. Well, now, if you tune in every week, you know that A in my name means something different every week. Tune in next week to hear what that A means. Welcome to the show. If this is your first time tuning in, and what we do here on UIBE Radio is we encourage and we support economic development through entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is what we do on this radio show. Why should you depend on someone else to make decisions for your financial future when you can do it yourself? Take control of your financial freedom. Increase your profit margins. Try not to lose your financial independence. Focus on creating multiple sources of income. That's what I want you guys to do. One of the things that we do here is we track down some of the most amazing preneurs. I did say preneurs. You heard me correctly. All of them. Solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, mompreneurs, and business owners who are on the move globally. Not only are they on the move, they are impacting and changing their communities, by creating these partnerships with different entities within the region. So we want to make certain that we all understand that we have to become partners with those businesses in the community, and the businesses have to become partners with the people in the community. That's what it's all about. We also pride ourselves on keeping you informed about global collaborations and opportunities, ways to help you improve your business, and, of course, we shine a light on all of these amazing ladypreneurs from country to country in our international stiletto movement. You may be asking yourself right now, why are they the Ultimate International Business Experience Radio Show? Well, we are so glad that you asked. The reason that we are the Ultimate International Business Experience Radio Show is because we believe in giving you a few action items to keep you moving forward in business. We want you to know how to apply things directly to your business. That's personally. We desire for your business to skyrocket to new levels. Hey, listen, right now, while you're listening to this show, if you desire to become more active, we definitely invite that. So you can call in at 646-652-2512. Once again, that's 646-652-2512. Or you can text me by visiting www.mwhyradio.com and send a text live to the show by using hashtag UIBE. Once again, that's hashtag UIBE, and send a message to me. By the way, you all know that you can catch us on iHeartRadio, right? I would like to thank you all for continuing to help us peak on iHeartRadio as a top hit show. We are definitely relishing in the fact that we have the best global listening audience on the earth. Oh, yes, of course, I'm bragging. You guys continue to make things happen out there while we continue to make them happen in here, and we really appreciate you all for it. We love you more than words could ever express. And we do know that thank you is never enough, but we have to say something, so thank you from the top of our hearts over here at the Ultimate International Business Experience Radio Show and the May We Help You Radio Broadcast Network. I don't definitely like to give people things from the bottom, so that's why I always give it to you from the top of my heart. That's where the cream rises. In addition, thanks for your connections on social media and communicating with me, too. We definitely appreciate hearing from you. Just know that we love your feedback, and we will continue to bring you business content that you can use. And, again, if this is your first time tuning in, we do appreciate you. And the way we start off this show is by informing you of some amazing sessions that are available for your participation. That's right, your participation. Remember, an investment in you is an investment in your business. So here's what's happening. Apprenticeship for England is hosting the Employer Engagement Event in Walsgrave Triangle, Coventry, England, beginning July the 1st, 2015. Employer engagement is seen as a key to creating a more responsive system. Employers play an increasingly central role both in articulating their workforce needs and skill gaps and in the design and delivery of qualifications, but there are still blockages and obstacles within the system. It has long been known that it is difficult to engage employers. They can find the skill system too complex and the bureaucracy a little bit too complex as well, and often complain of having no single broker approach to it. So nonetheless, what's happening here at this particular conference is they're engaging the employers. Let's see how we can have a better workforce. So you guys might want to trot on down to www.apprenticeships, that's with an S, the number 4, england.info, www.apprenticeshipsforengland.info. Ladies, I keep asking you this week in and week out, what about WED Day? Are you attending Women's Entrepreneurship Day at the United Nations in New York, New York? Hey, that's happening November the 19th. The cost is $499. Hey, ladies, I believe that's a minimal cost for you to connect with some of the largest industry leaders from around the world. Understand this, WED is celebrated around the world from Saudi Arabia to Australia. I don't want you ladies to miss this. That's November the 19th, New York, New York. Women's Entrepreneurship Day at the United Nations. Now, here are a few free sessions for those of you who do not have the capital at the moment to invest in paid training. Today from 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, there was a session entitled How SBA Can Help Your Business in Chinese. I'm sure you guys can get this on demand on their website since the time has already passed. Here's what happens. They want you guys to forget any language barriers. This webinar will be conducted in Chinese and will provide the ins and outs of how vital connecting with the SBA is for your business. So for all of my listeners who are Chinese and you prefer content to be dispersed to you in your native language, check out SBA for this particular session on how SBA can help your business. Also today there is a session from 12 noon Eastern Standard Time to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time entitled Starting a Small Business. This one right here is for all of you guys who are out there just listening to this show who don't have your own business. I know you guys are there. If you want to know how you should proceed in starting a business step by step, you want to check out that session because they're going to give it to you. And you want to make certain that you're doing things not by trial and error, but that you're doing those things on purpose. All right, these sessions are free. However, you must register online at SBA.gov to attend. Once again, investing in yourself is an investment in your business, and the only result that can come out of this is success. So go to www.sba.gov to learn more about these sessions. This information will be found on their homepage. Remember, these are your tax dollars at work if you're in the United States, so take advantage of free because you are definitely qualified to attend free. I know this is a segment that you all have been waiting for. I know it is. I know it is. I know it is. Listen, the Learjet is clearly gassed up. Are you ready to travel somewhere around the world with me to garner some international business news that you can use? If you are in business, please know that international news impacts your business no matter where you are in the world, no matter where you are located. So here we go. Thank you guys so much for accepting the personal invitation that I sent to your door via courier for you to board my private jet. Remember, it's sleek, luxurious, and it's really fast. So buckle your seatbelts. This jet is about to take off. There is no need for an oxygen mask because there will be no turbulence on this flight. It's simply smooth sailing with me as your pilot. And once we reach the altitude up 30,000 feet, our business attendants will be around to take your orders. Let's travel the globe together in international business news today. The only stop on our flight plan is Argentina. You have to love this magnificent place. It's beautiful. The people are fun. It's a lot of things going on. And I know you guys love traveling with me. I know you do. Today we're going to visit the offices of Include Me. And it doesn't It's not spelled the way it sounds. Include Me is the job portal for people with disabilities. I think this is absolutely outstanding. Include Me is the first job portal aimed to help people with disabilities in Latin America. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but in Latin America there are more than 30 million people there. And so what they want to do is help those with disabilities to find a job. They work with leading companies in Latin America, helping them to show their inclusion programs and get the best talent from people with disabilities. Now, the founders of this company are Gabriel Pablo Marcolongo and Natalie Ka. I think this is outstanding because for those of you who are in Latin America and you are listening, when you employ individuals with disabilities, in many instances, you get some type of tax relief from your government. So you might want to look into this, and it's an additional tax write-off when you're filing your taxes for your business. I think it's awesome because just because someone has a disability doesn't mean that they're not the best talent, and we want to make sure that we do include them. So I love the concept of Include Me. It's spelled INCLUYE.com. Check their site out. Now, I hope that you all have enjoyed your all-expense trip around the world with me to Argentina on my private luxury liner jet. Hopefully our business attendants provided you with 5-star service because nothing less is acceptable to me, all right? I'm sorry that your trip has come to an end today, but you are definitely welcome to travel with me on next week, Thursday, as I will definitely have this jet gas up for another world tour. You just never know where we're going to travel to, and I definitely don't want you guys to worry about baggage fees. We have you covered here at UIBE Radio in the May We Help You Radio Broadcast Network. I would like to thank in this segment the Small Business Administration and 500.co for contributing to this part of the show where we mine the world for informative news that we can use to strengthen our businesses. Thank you guys for being our global news partners. All right, yes, sir, yes, madam. I want to thank you guys for continuing to listen to the Ultimate International Business Experience Radio Show with Erica A. Murray on the May We Help You Radio Broadcast Network, where you can listen live in all the places we love on terrestrial radio, AM or FM, Tampa, Las Vegas, Macon, Lancaster, Boulder, Richmond, Kansas City, and, of course, Seattle. Don't think we're stopping there because I know our executive producer is working to expand our show to some more cities, and I'm sure we're coming to a city, near you. You can also find us until we get there on over 20 different podcast stations on the web. And, of course, we wouldn't be the network that we are if you couldn't find us on iTunes and iHeartRadio. You know how we do things over here at our broadcasting network. We like to get the word out. So I want you guys to make us your favorite station on iHeartRadio. Just give me a good reason why you would not do that. You can't. I know you can't. So just go ahead and do it right now. I appreciate you guys so much. Remember, when it comes to helping you, we have you covered on the May We Help You Radio Broadcast Network. Just download the show and improve your business skills. By the way, we definitely don't want you to be selfish with the information that you hear today. Share it with someone you know could use it. Remember, it's our corporate social responsibility to import our knowledge into someone else. We don't own the information. We just apply it to situations to make us perform better in our businesses. I want you guys to start creating your legacy by importing knowledge into someone. Hey, a child, an individual, a colleague, just import into someone and make certain that you're doing it every day. By the way, don't forget that the network does have an app that you can download in the App Store. Just search for MWHY Radio and take a trip around the world with me for free. I'm paying for everything. You guys know how I do it. Ask my friends and our current listening audience. So get on board with UIBE Radio. Don't forget that you can ask me questions while I'm live on the air by going to 3Ws.MWHYradio.com. And, of course, send a text to me by using hashtag UIBE. You may also dial into the show at 646-652-2512 and via Skype. Yes, this is the May We Help You Radio Broadcast Network, and we help you listen by all means necessary. Listeners, we have ultimate respect for social media, and that is why we make it even more easier for you to communicate with us. If you want to be a part of some of the weekly surveys and stuff like that happens behind the scenes, listen, you can join us by texting 01065 to 540-242-8833. Don't worry, listeners, we're still taking your questions on Facebook and all those other social media chat rooms. We don't want you to go anywhere because after the break, we're going to dive into how technology improves a business website, 3 tips on how to improve your business website in 2015. So, listen, we want you guys to grab some paper, some pen, and we'll be right back to help you discover how you can use technology to improve your website. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is rockstar entrepreneur and international business consultant Erica A. Murray. Tune in to Simone Elbow, host of Ready for Change Radio, on the May We Help You Radio Broadcast Network. She has the strategies to move you from stuck to successful. And if I were you, I wouldn't dare miss it.
The Queen Esther Radio Show is live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me, Jessica Taylor,
and me, Jason Mosley, to be entertained by authors, artists, and spiritual leaders.
We look forward to being a blessing in your life every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Only on the MWHY Radio Network.
If you're the parent of a child with behavioral challenges that has been suspended, expelled, or just not able to make it in a traditional school setting, there is an alternative. Call the Metropolitan Day School today. Licensed and accredited grades K through 12. Call 804-321-2595. Financial assistance and after-school programs are available. Let's turn this school year around right now at the Metropolitan Day School, where Eagles soar. Call Ms. Thomas today. 804-321-2595.
Hi, I'm Rita Ricks, host of Spirit Journeys Radio, and I'm really looking forward to discussing June's theme, which is entitled Being Fearless. Just imagine what your life might be like if you could move further from your fear and closer toward your future. I invite and encourage you to tune in on Tuesday evenings, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, to hear me and my guests discuss how to get past the fear, how to make the move, and how to live. Spirit Journeys Radio is about transforming your thinking and your behavior. Join me, and together, let's make this transition happen. I'm Rita, speaking to your spirit.
You're listening to the Ultimate International Business Experience Radio Show with host Erica A. Murray. International news, informative talks, every Thursday. Now, back to the show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back from that break. I hope you guys enjoyed. Our sponsor is there. You know what we do in this next segment. It's always time for us to tell you about ways to improve your business. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go right on into it. You guys know how we are reinventing ourselves over here, re-engineering, and, of course, refining at UIBE Radio. But what I want to do is get into ways for you to improve your business. That's right, ways for you to improve your business. We want you guys to listen to the 3 simple ways to improve your business website. This is critical in the age of technology. So what I would like for you guys to do is listen closely.
It's time to talk about ways that you may improve your business in 2015. Today we're going to discuss 3 simple ways to improve your business website. Now, we can all agree that websites are becoming the face of our businesses. It's the first thing that a potential customer will search for when considering a relationship with your company. Now, fewer than 60% of small businesses have a website. I know this is shocking information. Of course, having a business website can be extremely beneficial, but often that's only half of the battle. While a small business website doesn't need the glamour and functionality that the big boys sometimes do, that doesn't excuse you from providing the kind of experience modern tech-savvy surfers expect. Complacency when it comes to your website is not usually catastrophic, but it is an avoidable danger. In the age of infinite consumer and business choices, it is an unacceptable risk for your venture. Your website will often be the first time that a customer encounters your business. Therefore, it plays a considerable role in shaping their perception of it. To get your creative juices flowing, here are a few suggestions of how you can make sure your business website is delivering the benefits that it should. Not a definitive list, mind you, just a little nudge in the right direction. Number 1, Be clear about what it is that you do. We have all had that experience, visiting a website, clicking around for a while, and then navigating away, no more informed about what the business actually does than when we arrived. It's incredibly frustrating, right? There have been many studies compiled which discuss the waning of our online attention spans, and the results are invariably the same. It takes just a few seconds for a visitor to completely lose interest in your business and hop to another that is clearer and easier to navigate. As a happy outcome, most businesses are becoming ever more proficient in ensuring that their message is delivered as soon as possible in a way that is accessible and easy to understand. Think about this for a moment. Is your site the best brand ambassador? The specifics will vary from business to business, but a good place to start is trying to take an objective view of your homepage and be critical about whether or not it is serving its purpose as an ambassador for your business. Is it clear what your business actually does? Is your eye drawn to the key information that you want visitors to see? Is there any ambiguity that might be a cause for confusion? These are all fairly obvious questions, but when you are as close to a project as many people are to their websites, there is a real danger that you will miss problems, which are highly conspicuous to an unfamiliar eye. That's why outsider feedback can be crucial in ensuring that you don't miss things that could be potentially off-putting. Putting to would-be customers or clients. Also, get honest feedback. Pick a few people that you can trust to be honest and make sure they know that any criticism will be welcome as a way to improve the business. Number 2, keep descriptions simple. The temptation is to create War and Peace style descriptions of your products, services, business journey, team, and so forth. But when this gets in the way of clarity, you have a big problem. Exercising your powers of descriptive prose is what your blog is for. The functional areas of your website should be kept squeaky clean, uncluttered, and above all, true to their purpose. Your prospective customers simply don't have or are unwilling to spend the time to sift through reams of information regarding all of the finer details of your products and services, their conceptions, and how they have changed over time. They want the key facts, and they want them now. Here's a little exercise in word frugality that can be of help. Trim down your descriptions by asking yourself, does the visitor need to know this? And remove anything that could be seen to get in the way of the key information. You also want to be optimized for mobile. One of the most crucial modern factors to ensure good rankings is how well optimized your site is for mobile browsing. The reason for this is that 60% of internet browsing is now done on a mobile device. So the appearance of your site on devices such as smartphones, tablets, is just as, if not more important, than its appearance on traditional desktops. From a visitor's perspective, a site which isn't well optimized for mobile browsing is a digital turn-off. Images look wrong, text is difficult to read, navigation becomes a nightmare, and understandably, people are tempted to give up and go elsewhere. This is a shame because with just a little investment of your time, you can fix some of the more nagging issues and provide your visitors with a much more seamless and pleasant experience. The most obvious and fruitful place to start is getting a clear sense of how your website looks on a wide range of devices. This is easy enough to do with a little help from your friends and coworkers, who I'm sure will be happy to oblige you in a little investigation. This should help you to identify what the most major issues are so you can set about correcting them. Google has created an indispensable tool for assisting you in your mobile optimization, which, while geared towards improving your position in search rankings, will simultaneously lend a hand with improving your overall quality of your site when viewed on mobile devices. The Webmaster Mobile Guide allows you to submit pages from your website for assessment of their mobile optimization. This will give you a percentage score describing how well the page appears on mobile devices. Also make helpful suggestions of how it could be improved and provide a handy guide to help get you started making positive changes. If you haven't had a look yet, add it to your to-do list. It will be well worth the effort. Number 3, sort out a killer About Us page. I don't know about you, but I usually find myself scanning the home page of a website looking for an About Us page, either out of curiosity or to squash any nagging doubts that I may have. This is often a make or break it for me. If I don't like what I see, then I'll be gone in a flash and may never return. This is the point at which it is appropriate and expected that you will tell your business story and bring a spot of personality to the enterprise. If someone has navigated to this area of your website, then they are most certainly interested to learn more about you and your business. Sensible and hugely important aspect of any business website is the one that is usually most neglected, as it can be perceived as out of the way or not really part of the overall site. Big mistake. Now, there are 3 things that you should be trying to get across in your About Us page. First, who you are. Second, what your business is. And thirdly, how you stand out from your competitors. Once you have achieved these core objectives, you can breathe some life into the content by thinking about some of these. Who are the people who make up your business? What sort of people are they, and what can customers expect? What is your business's greatest achievement? What are you most proud of, and what are you most proud of as an organization? Finally, what is your enterprise's ethos? What matters most to you as a business? You want to adopt a tone that is in keeping with the overall formality level of your business, but never be afraid to show some personality. After all, people like to know who they will be working with. Photographs can be really useful as well. Just make sure they convey properly the image of your business that you are trying to create. A very warm and special thanks to Mr. Ian O'Hara of Starticus for sharing these insightful principles with us at UIBE Radio, where we provide you with informative talk on the May We Help You Radio Broadcast Network and iHeartRadio every Thursday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. We really appreciate our partnership with Workspace Group LLC and the content they provide to our listening audience. Take a moment to follow both Ian O'Hara and Workspace Group LLC on all social media platforms. This has been rockstar entrepreneur and international business consultant Erica A. Murray. Until next week, remember to improve your business daily and be informed.
All right, I'm back, listening audience, and I hope that you found this information useful to you. Tuning in to UIBE Radio on iHeart and the May We Help You Radio Broadcast Network definitely pays your dividends. You know it does. You just go ahead and admit it. Just go ahead. We're waiting for you to admit it. I encourage you to embrace this content and improve your business websites right now. Each week we do this by making it easy for you guys. We give you step-by-step information so that you can get the job done. I really hope that you were able to write down those tips on how to improve your business website. If you missed anything, catch up with us on iHeartRadio, catch up with us on the May We Help You Radio broadcast app, or anywhere on the internet that you can find us, because we're definitely out there. Listen, again, I want you guys to consider just tuning in and tapping into the information that we are providing you guys. So we want you to know that new content is always good. On UIBE Radio, we provide you with information that you can use in all aspects of your life. A principle is a principle. I always say that. You just have to work it. If you need some more assistance with that, grab my book, CEO to the Power of You, and you can learn all about it. Or I suggest that you grab Equilibrium, Unleash the Power of Your Emotional Intelligence by Yvette Bethel. The book is loaded with proven strategies for career success. I really enjoy reading that book, and I suggest that every business owner grab a copy of that and read it. It will definitely help you with your staff, how to work with people who are inside your organization and also on the outside of your organization. Well, it's time for us to get on with our program. And, look, we want to go ahead and get you guys connected to the best segment on this show. We talk about the International Stiletto Movement. We are the Ultimate International Business Experience Radio Show, and what we want to do is talk about #GirlBillionaire. That's what I'm talking about. I know you want to know what that means. Today in our International Stiletto Movement, we are going to highlight this amazing woman. I mean, amazing plateaus for this lady. She's gone to the top of the industry. And in every sense of the word, she is an international stiletto boss. But before we reveal it to you, listen, I want you to remember you can always call in and give your opinion about anything on our show. Feel free to dial 646-652-2512 to provide your insight and input to the show, or text the show by using #UIBE, going to 3Ws.MWHY Radio and selecting the option on the home page. Thank you to everybody who's posting on the social media sites. We really, really, really appreciate your connection to our show. Now, here's our International Stiletto Boss for this week. You will truly be inspired by her story.
Welcome to the International Stiletto Movement. The lady we're going to highlight today is Miss Cher Wang. By any chance, do you know that name? Well, probably not. But if you are using a mobile device, it's probably her design. Today, we're going to talk about this amazing girl billionaire. Cher is perhaps arguably the most successful female entrepreneur in the world. Her wealth is primarily of her own making rather than being down to working for a large firm or being born wealthy. She spent many years manufacturing cell phones for other people, which earned her a tidy fortune. It wasn't until she set up her own company, HTC, that her wealth really took off. She has an estimated worth of $6.8 billion. Her HTC smartphones have quickly gained notoriety, and in 2010, they accounted for 20% of the smartphone market. You may not have heard of her, but she's undoubtedly influential, and her income is entirely down to her own wits rather than any other factor. As one of the most powerful women in technology and the most powerful in wireless, she isn't based in Silicon Valley, California, but on the other side of the Pacific Ocean. Cher Wang occupies the position of co-founder and chair of Taiwanese smartphone maker HTC, which at one point made 1 in every 6 smartphones sold in the U.S., but they're now battling a perilous sales slump. Wang started out after graduation by hawking motherboards in 1982 for First International Computer, which her sister Charlene had co-founded. The sisters inherited business genes from their father, Wang Young-ching, the billionaire founder of Formosa Plastics. It's said that while on the road, Wang got the idea for what would become the smartphone by wishing she had a computer small enough to carry in her pocket. Well, in 1987, she and her husband, Wen-Chi Chen, co-founded integrated chipset maker VIA Technologies. 10 years later, HTC began as a contract manufacturer of notebook computers before finally making Wang's smartphone vision a reality. HTC's rapid success as a smartphone manufacturer, first on contract and then with its own brand, made the couple the richest people in Taiwan in 2011. Their estimated joint fortune was $3.1 billion that year, but with HTC's stock having fallen by 90%, Bloomberg no longer lists them as billionaires. Wang has recently retaken control of the company's sales and marketing, leaving CEO Peter Chow to focus on product development. The HTC brand is often not immediately recognized by U.S. consumers because of the company's strategy of creating low-cost Windows and Android phones directly for leading carriers such as Verizon, Sprint, and T-Mobile. That, for better or worse, hitched HTC's star to those of Microsoft and Google. Shortly after unveiling the first phone to use the Android operating system, HTC was sued by Apple over 20 alleged infringed patents, prompting countersuits from HTC, believing Wang caught in the crossfire between Apple's and Google's mobile operating system. Apple and HTC declared a truce with a 2012 licensing agreement. The downside of HTC's lack of brand sizzling is that Wang must turn around a challenged line of well-received but slow-selling phones. Samsung phones, in particular the Android-running Galaxy, have knocked HTC off its perch in developed markets, while it has lost share to LG and Lenovo in emerging ones. Annual sales have fallen for 2 successive years. Samsung mastered Apple's marketing tactics in making a smartphone an emotional buy in a way that HTC is only now getting to, perhaps too late. Wang is broadening the product line from handsets to smartwatches and other wearable devices. She aims to revive HTC in China with high-end smartphones designed for Chinese consumers who in the past few years have ditched their HTC phones for iPhones and Galaxies, as Europeans and Americans have also. The company has reportedly been working with the national government to develop a China-specific mobile operating system. Wang launched HTC's flagship smartphone, One, in China in 2013, its first new phone launch outside the U.S. She has set a target of a 20% market share in China's high-end smartphone market. At the height of HTC's phone popularity in China in 2011, Wang was named one of the Persons of the Year by the country's state broadcaster, CCTV. The following year, she got involved in Taiwan's 2012 presidential election by backing President Ma Ying-jeou's re-election, saying she supported his policy of pursuing relations with China. Her father had been a vocal supporter of a closer economic tie between Taiwan and China. None of this has dented Wang's central control in Taipei's tech ecosystem. Apart from her own companies, she sits on the board or advises scores of Taiwanese startups. For a while, though, she'll have less time for them and for her philanthropy, as she says she's now devoting 6 days a week rather than 2 to getting HTC growing again. She is one of 8 daughters of the late Wang Yongqing, billionaire chairman of Formosa Plastics, who wrote Wang long letters about business best practices. She studied for a year at College Preparatory School in Oakland, California. She entered UC Berkeley as a music major with ambitions to be a pianist and switched to economics after 3 weeks. She founded HTC as High Tech Computers, funded a not-for-profit college in southwestern China to provide free or low-cost education to students from poor families, funded doublings of the award for the American Physical Society's prestigious Oliver E. Buckley Condensed Matter Prize. She maintains residence in Taipei and Beijing, as well as in Mountain View, California. I would like to leave you with a word of advice from Ms. Cher Wing. She states, "It takes humility to realize we don't know everything, not to rest upon our laurels, and know that we must keep learning and observing." Well, today, ladies, when you tweet, use the hashtag #GirlBillionaire in honor of our stiletto boss, Ms. Cher Wang. Remember, in a conventional world, you must do something unconventional to stand out. Sensational job, Cher. We are truly inspired by your story. A special thank you to Addicted to Success and CNBC for your contribution to our international stiletto movement on the Ultimate International Business Experience Radio Show. Founder of HTC Wireless, Ms. Cher Wang, executing her ultimate power, truly globetrotting and leaving her footprints in the sand around the world. If you are doing something extraordinary in business, female entrepreneurs, and you want to be highlighted on our international stiletto movement, send me a message at mwhyradio.com or email me directly at info@ericaaMurray.com. Share what's happening with you, and we'll definitely tell the world about it right here on UIBE Radio. That's right, the ultimate international business experience. Once again, women are doing it bigger than ever, and they are leaving their footprints in the sand around the world.
All right, tell me female entrepreneurs aren't in the trenches. You guys know I say it every week. We doing things really big. Miss Cher Wing has us connected. She is a powerhouse in every sense of the word. If you did not know, if you really didn't know Miss Cher Wing by name before this segment, she is your gateway to mobile communications, and we all need that in this world we live in today. She's more than an international stiletto boss. I'm just going to refer to her as the girl billionaire that she is. I want you guys to know that this could be you, ladies and gentlemen, so be motivated to do something unprecedented. Come on, be the trend everybody's talking about. So what if people don't agree with it? So what if people don't see the vision? Stand for what you believe in and let all the obstacles be your driving force to reach beyond the stars. So do what it is that you want to do and be committed to it. Now, I simply love this next segment of our show because this is where we encourage you as a business owner to get up and do something really big for your business. This week's action item segment is entitled 5 Tips for Virtual Collaborations. That's right. You heard me correctly. We're talking about collaborations and more specifically those that are virtual. Remember, each day provides us with greater insight. The more information we intake, the greater our chances are for success. So stop accepting mediocrity in your business and in your life. You deserve better than that. As entrepreneurs, we should focus more on collaborations. You guys hear me tell you that each and every week. Remember, you could never recover the blood, sweat, and tears that you have put into your business to operate into your business operations to not have organizational frameworks in place. I don't want you guys to give up at all. Just get up and do something different. Listen to what's coming up next.
Today in our action item segment, we will discuss 5 tips for virtual collaboration. Business collaborations has become a very integral part of business expansions and longevity. Virtual collaborations hold amazing promise. When successful, it enables talented peers to work together regardless of location and organizations to mine the collective wisdom of a widely dispersed employee population. In order to tap into this potential, enterprises are increasingly using geographically distributed teams as a key part of their business strategy. But virtual collaborations comes with its own unique challenges, especially for leaders whose previous experience has been mainly with collocated teams. Various studies have shown that it is more difficult to get virtual teams to bond, harder for informal leaders to emerge, tougher to create genuine dialogue, easier for misunderstandings to escalate. If the virtual team is global, leaders face additional complexities, scheduling meetings around international time zones and holidays, and conducting meetings in a language that for many participants is their secondary one. Leaders must deal with an array of cultural issues that can include differences in business protocol, decision-making, dealing with authority, the concept of time, negotiation styles, and the emotional reactions allowed or expected in a business environment. Well, here are 5 tips for virtual collaborations as presented from the Power of Collaborative Leadership. Tip number 1, increase cross-cultural awareness. The first thing that everyone on an international team should do is to understand the challenges that various global team members face. For example, most virtual meetings are conducted in English. This often results in code switching, where participants in remote locations switch back to their native language in offline conversations about items covered in the meeting. When that happens, the English language speakers report feeling dismissed and left out. A frank discussion of the difficulty of processing information in a second language and the feeling of exclusion can bring increased understanding and empathy for all concerned. Tip number 2, co-create team rules and norms. It is important for all collaborative teams, but absolutely essential for cross-cultural and virtual teams, to understand and agree upon standards and expectations for communication, decision-making, conflict resolution, and meeting protocol. Equally important is the clarification of team goals and priority, as well as each individual's role, responsibility, and accountability. Tip number 3, build virtual trust. Trust is the foundation for any successful collaboration. It is the glue that bonds team members and builds commitment and engagement. With collocated teams, trust grows out of mutual work experiences and personal interactions, usually extended over time. Virtual teams don't share this context. Members often have no idea of the work environments of their counterparts, nor do they have insights into a teammate's work ethic, past performance, or personal life. Strategies that help remote teams bond include the use of virtual settings, pictures of participants with short descriptions of their professional backgrounds and interesting aspects of their social life, and artifacts that unite the team distributed to all sites. It is also helpful to take a few minutes at the beginning or end of a meeting for small talk so that participants can build or deepen personal relationships. Tip number 4, mix communication mediums. Communication mediums run a spectrum from lean to rich. A lean medium transmits less information than a rich medium. For example, if you are emailing, texting, or typing in a chat window, there is nothing that gives added clues to the meaning of what you write. Because they lack social signals, lean mediums are poor transmitters of emotion, intent, or humor. But when the message is straightforward and easy to understand, a lean channel is fine. The more complicated, emotional, or nuanced your message is, the richer your channel should be. A communication channel becomes richer as you add human elements. Telephone calls and teleconferences give listeners access to vocal clues. Video conferencing allows participants to view facial expressions and hand gestures. On virtual worlds, 3D environments in which members interact with each other through avatars employ the norms of real-world nonverbal behavior and are a richer medium than a teleconference, but not as rich as video conference. Tip number 5, make the first meeting a face-to-face. Virtual teams may be productive without them, but nothing strengthens relationships like face-to-face encounters. In face-to-face meetings, our brains process the continual cascade of nonverbal cues that we use as the basis for trust and professional intimacy. Face-to-face interaction is an information-rich communication channel in which voice, body language, proximity, eye contact, and touch are all present to give deeper meaning to our messages and to allow us to gauge the instantaneous response of others. So when it comes to bonding virtual teams, there's no substitution for getting people together, even if it's just for one initial face-to-face meeting. The very fact that you've given people the chance to get up close and personal goes a long way to sustaining a team spirit and increasing productivity when everyone goes back to their respective workplaces. These virtual collaboration tips are certain to improve your leadership and your business. Just know that if you implement these tips in your business, you can garner business success in 2015 and beyond. I would like to thank Carol Kinsey Goldman and Forbes magazine for contributing to the action item segment of this week's show. Take these tips and improve your business and your life. If you believe that you have tips that our audience can use to improve them or their businesses, find out how you can be a part of this segment by sending me a message on my iHeartRadio station or www.uiberadio.com. You can also send me a message to info@uiberadio.com, and we can talk about how to make this happen. You have been listening to rockstar entrepreneur and international business consultant Erica A. Murray on iHeartRadio. Until next week, listeners, be active with the action item tips from today. Business owners, entrepreneurs, and professionals, improve your productivity and your life. You can accomplish this goal by enhancing your emotional intelligence. That's right. Let international emotional intelligence expert and author of the book Equilibrium, Yvette Beckel, help you to empower yourself, grow your people, build a strong business culture, and create lasting transformation. Buy Equilibrium online today at Amazon.com or visit 3ws.orgsoul.com. Once again, 3ws.orgsoul.com.
Hi, this is Benita with Off the Vine. Join us on Fridays at 3 o'clock for fun talk about wine. This season, I'm going to put this little sommelier certification to work as we expand the conversation to talk about beer and spirits too. Meet more exciting special guests, and you never know just who may show up at the studio. Off the Vine with Benita on the May We Help You Radio Network, giving you something to whine about.
Are you frustrated, disappointed, discouraged with your life? Are you angry with God? What's holding you back from fulfilling your purpose? Are you struggling as a leader in ministry? Do you believe you have an end-time calling? If you answered yes to any of these questions, tune in to The Waymakers on MWHY Radio Network every other Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are here to support you. Join us to get the answers that will prepare the way of the Lord in your life.
Hi, my name is Letitia M., owner of May We Help You Network. I want to thank you for joining us and enjoying our hosts here on MWHY Radio Network. Please visit us online at mwhyradio.com and like us on facebook.com/MWHY Radio. Tune in to learn more about our hosts and upcoming contests and our TV programming that will be coming to you soon. MWHY Radio, bringing together business, community, and you.
You're listening to the Ultimate International Business Experience Radio Show with host Erica A. Murray. International news, informative talks, every Thursday. Now, back to the show.
All right, listeners, it's about that time for us to separate until next week, Thursday. But before we part, I want to give you a thought from today from Benjamin Disraeli. He says, patience is a necessary ingredient of genius. You did hear that? Wow. I only have one question for you. Do you have patience? You got to love that quote, entrepreneurs. How do I know? You are business owners, right? Mr. Disraeli has spoken. Actually, he's speaking to the genius in each and every one of us that's listening. You just have to love it. I know I do. That's just a little something to think about as you peruse through your day, entrepreneurs. Are you a genius or are you not a genius? The sign of a true genius is patience that's working in you. You heard it here on UIBE Radio, the Ultimate International Business Radio show, where we keep you informed and up on your business game. Once again, don't forget to download the apps that keep you informed, iHeartRadio and the May We Help You Radio Broadcast Network. You can listen to me whenever you like, okay? And some other shows, too. Go to your Play Store and get them both for free because we believe in free. Now, what I would like for you to do is to also join myself in the network on all of the social media platforms that's out there, Facebook, Twitter, You can win prizes and services. I want you to connect with me on social media to hear first to market items. Come on now, join me on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, and Pinterest, and of course, Instagram. Some interesting things happen on my social media platform. You can win something amazing, but how would you know if you're not connected to me? Remember, connecting is free, and as I've said it before, you are qualified to participate in free. Something dynamic is coming up on my social media platform called #The Social Media Secret. This will be a worldwide event. It will be epic. Believe me, entrepreneurs and business owners, you don't want to miss it. But you will if you are not connected to me via social media. The details for this will only be found on my social media platforms. If you want to know the secret, you got to get connected with me on social media. It's free. What are you waiting for? Before I sign off, my mantra is always forward progression and upward mobility. If what you're doing in business isn't moving you forward and up, well, perhaps you should reevaluate what it is that you're doing. Hey, you heard this clip talking about virtual collaborations. If you're in business and you've not collaborated with someone in your industry or a complementary industry, well, shame on you. It's the quickest way to expand your market. If you have to pay play, pay the small fee to play real big. I implore you to respect the value of collaborations, people. Entrepreneurs, let's implement what it is that we've heard today and tell somebody else about it. Please make certain that you're moving towards your second quarter goals. Flex your business muscles and get your profits up in the black. You have been listening to UIBE Radio, the Ultimate International Business Experience Radio Show, international news, informative talk, every Thursday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. See you next week. Goodbye for now.
Thanks for listening to this week's Ultimate International Business Experience Radio Show with Erica A. Murray. Listen back to the show anytime by downloading the May We Help You radio broadcast app, going to iTunes, Spreaker, Blog Talk Radio, and 20 different podcast stations around the world. Don't forget to catch this syndicated show next week and every week on terrestrial radio in Tampa, Florida, Macon, Georgia, Las Vegas, Nevada, Boulder, Colorado, Richmond, Virginia, Kansas City, Missouri, Seattle, Washington, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and on iHeartRadio. We are here to help your business go global.